so this is our friend Alex's 2004 BMW E46 330 Ci. Coupe, auto tranny. Has the M54 B30 3-liter in it, 225 horsepower. We got it running on 19 M rims, 19-inch M rims from the E60 M5. Black on the outside, tan interior. It's pretty smooth. What do you think?
Leather seats are in great condition. Interior is fantastic.
Yeah, for the amount of miles he has, let's see, 206,471 miles. This car is in really, really good shape.
Yeah, it really is. He's very meticulous about car care. His dad is very big into maintenance and stuff. Works on motorcycles and things of that nature.
So I guess comparing this to, I have a 2004 325 Ci. It's what you see as the channel background.
That'll be
on our
in
page.
another review.
Yeah, it'll be in the next review. Soon come, stay tuned. In comparison, the seats are better. These are the sport seats. Mine has sport seats, but it's the 25, so it's the lower trim model. So they're a little bit different. They don't have as much side support. Steering feels a little heavier, a little tighter, more responsive, which is nice.
What features come on this car compared to yours as well?
Well, this is the 330, so it has the bigger 3-liter engine versus the 2.5.
Okay.
It has the premium audio system, Harman Kardon, which back then was pretty good, but now is, you know, decent. It's decent.
Yeah.
You know, it's not.
It's about the same that's in my 2010 Subaru Outback.
Yeah. As far as like,
it's got angel eyes too, right?
He did install angel eyes through the most
You'd probably
long,
see that
drawn out
intro
process. What else? It has the sport pack, so it has a firmer suspension, lower ride height. As far as acceleration goes, anywhere below 2.5 to about 2,800 RPM is about the same as mine. The real difference is when you get up into like 3,500, 4,000. That's when the Vanos kicks in, and then those extra couple of horsepower is really just you start to feel them in the driving characteristics. Where'd it go? Brake feel, a little bit bigger brakes in front and rear than a 325. More power, obviously you need more stopping power as well.
Yeah.
His sunroof shape is actually on track, not like mine.
His car is in good condition.
Yeah. Well, mine's in good condition overall for the price that I paid.
It's got this nice wood trim.
I have the same wood trim.
It's nicer than the wood trim in the 325.
Yeah, by far superior quality.
BI.
The BI.
It's bragging.
Gonna throw into the manual shifting mode. It's an automatic again, not the 5-speed. Yeah, he's got a little bit of headliner sagging, but the E46s are known to have this kind of issue. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, the acceleration is definitely a lot faster, especially in the manual shift mode. You get to hold those RPMs higher for a little bit longer, giving you access to all 225 horsepower for a lot quicker. I would say 0 to 60 is in like the mid 6 seconds, maybe late 6 seconds. I know my car is in about 7.3, 7.4 roughly.
You gotta think that's pretty solid for a car this age.
Yeah, I mean, the car is an 04 model year, which means it was made in 2003. So I mean, you're talking about a 14-year-old car here, and it's not even the M3 or the 330i Ci ZHP pack, so it's pretty quick. Definitely a great first car for anybody. These things are reliable. Like I said, Alex hasn't had any crazy issues with this car. I mean, he has over 200,000 miles. My 325 Ci has 183,000, and the biggest thing I had to replace was the starter. it's an 04.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's original transmission as well.
Yeah, for sure. He's got this nice windshield tint. Not the whole thing, but just on top of that. In the very top.
So you don't get any glare.
Yeah.
I can dig it. Being rather tall people, this car fits great. Honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely I have about maybe an inch of headroom, which it's not ideal, but it's definitely livable. The E46s, most of them had sunroofs, though very few of them actually came as slick tops or no sunroof. And if you actually got the slick top versions, you actually got another 3 or 4 inches of headroom because they didn't have to make the roof any thicker to fit the actual glass or the motor. You see back here, so you actually get more headroom. That's why when you see E46 M3 slick tops going for much more than your standard M3, that's why, because people want to use them for track days and they get more helmet space if they're taller. I guess we can talk about costs of maintenance. Gas, I mean, this car probably has a 15 or 16 gallon tank. If you get premium gas, expect to spend about $40 plus for a full tank. Gas mileage is really all depending on how you drive it. If you drive it as a daily driver, just cruise along, don't accelerate crazy all the time, then you'll be getting over 22, 24 mpg combined easily.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, maintenance-wise, oil changes, not a big deal. If you want to take it to BMW, you can. They'll run you about $80. Don't do that.
Never take it to the dealership.
Yeah, don't do that unless it's free and they give you some kind of promotion. Oil changes are pretty cheap if you know how to do them yourself, or if you have like a family mechanic that can do it for at a much cheaper rate. Tires aren't too expensive. Brakes.
He used to have Pirellis on this.
Yeah, he did use to have Pirellis. Not sure what brand or what model, but brakes are pretty low cost also. Yeah. Known issues with E46 is this mainly pre-facelift models and E46 M3s. The rear subframe tends to crack under like a lot of intense driving. Again, it's more common in pre-facelift models and E46 M3s. Another common issue, the headliner here. As these cars get older, they tend to sag, which is a common issue. It's not really too big of a deal.
It's just the adhesive wearing out.
Yeah. Most E46s have this issue with the rear view mirror. It kind of just starts to, I don't know, like what would you say, leak?
I'm not really sure. Like, that could be the tint just kind of.
I think that's what it is. I forget.
Showing a bit much, but.
Some people have like some engine issues. It all really is like luck of the draw. If you spend your time researching and knowing what to look for, and then apply that to when you're out looking for one of these things, chances are you can find pretty good shape ones, or in really good shape, for around $5 or $6 grand.
How much was this car brand new?
Brand new, I don't know off the top of my head, but I would assume since it's at the time the M3 was around $50,000, I would say this is around mid-30s, probably high 30s.
And again, for a car from 2003, that's pretty nice, pretty solid quality, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the ride is smooth. As you guys can hear, we're just cruising along around 65 miles an hour.
Very quiet.
I mean, just above 2,000 RPMs. Very little engine noise. A little bit of road noise, but nothing crazy. The ride is smooth, even though this does have the sport pack and the larger engine. Suspension is firmer, but it's just soaking up everything really nice. And keep in mind that this car, the biggest trims that it came with was 18. Alex has 19 in trims on this.
Yeah, they're big ones.
Yeah.
They're 5-spoke, something like that?
Yeah, 5 double spoke.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know where the sticks is. Can I read it to you? turning radius is pretty good on these cars, even with the larger tires.
Damn, yeah, that's pretty good.
I don't know how Alex set up his rims and tires, because he gets absolutely no rubbing on 19s and I get rubbing on 18s.
I think he has lower profile tires than you.
He might.
Plus you have like a bit of stance and camber.
Yeah.
Whereas he's pretty square setup.
And that's the ideal setup in my personal opinion. Stance is nice, but
it helps you with corners.
It pulls pretty decent. It's not, again, it's nothing crazy. It's not like an M5 or like a GTR. Nothing of that. But I mean, if this is going to be your first car, or even if you're moving from like a Corolla or something of that nature to like this, your first two-door, or even the four-door version, I mean, this is a pretty decently quick car.
It is.
It'll definitely satisfy your needs. I mean, by the time you get your first car, you don't need anything with like 300 horsepower, even though I'm trying to get an M3 right now. But we don't need to talk about that. Modifications to these cars. A lot of people do 6-speed manual swaps with limited slip differentials from the ZHP peg. A lot of people like to supercharge these things, which is definitely really cool. It gets you to that M3 level of power, but in my personal opinion, the cost of supercharging going forced induction is just too much for what you pay for the car. People do the Angel Eye mods. A lot of cosmetic mods more than anything. People like to get the M3 CSL duck wing rear trunk lid.
Oh, they're really good on this car.
Yeah, they do look really good on this car. People get the ZHP MTEC 2 front bumpers or the M3 front bumpers.
That's what you have on yours.
Yeah, I have the MTEC 2 ZHP bumper, but for facelift coupes, they changed the headlight designs and they kept them the same on the M3. So the M3 bumper can fit on facelift coupes, but it doesn't look like an M3. Whereas the pre-facelift coupes have the same headlights as the M3. That's why a lot of people put the M3 bumper on those, and then when you see it, you think it is an M3, but really it isn't. This car would make for a really good Grand Tourer. This or the 325. I drive my 325 whenever I go home from college, an hour and a half up to 2 hours. And it's really comfortable, no complaints. The power's there when I need it on the highway. It's overall a really solid car. People like to bag on these cars for maintenance costs, but again, if you take your time and find the right one that's been taken care of and the previous owners know what they're doing and have service history records, I mean, you're probably living headache free for at least a year or two. Easily. Like I said, my biggest headache was the starter. And the starter was the original one since the car was new in 04, so it was time to change it. Yeah. Pretty much it for this car. Stay tuned to the channel. We'll be driving more cars. Hopefully, we'll review my car pretty soon, the 325 Ci. And give you a walk around of that, what I've done to it, what I plan on doing to it, or what my future plans are for my next car.
Thank you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like and subscribe.
Comment and subscribe.